Hello and welcome back. In this video, we will see next set of arithmetic and aggregation functions, and we are going to learn subtotal and aggregate functions. So let's get started. The first function is subtotal and it has two mandatory and one optional argument. Let's try to break it down. The function name subtotal just means total of a part or a subset, and we will get more clarity when we see some examples on this. The first argument, function number, specifies which function to use for subtotal. It takes different set or range of values as input. If the input is between 1 to 11, it will ignore the filtered cells but will include the manually hidden rows. If the input is between 101 to 111, it ignores both filtered and manually hidden rows. In either of these ranges, we see number ranging from 1 to 11, and each number represents different functions in Excel like sum, count, a, max, min, etc. and its entire list is as shown below. Reference 1 and reference 2 arguments take range of cells as input to perform the subtotal operation. Majorly, this subtotal function is used to perform different types of calculations on filtered rows, different calculations on visible cells, like to exclude the rows which we hide manually, and also to ignore the values in nested subtotal formula. We will see an example on this as well. Second function is aggregate and it has three mandatory and one optional argument. This function is named as aggregate because it can perform wide range of aggregate calculations, which is even more than what subtotal functions can do. The first argument is function number. Similar to subtotal, it specifies which function to use, and it takes the range of values as input between 1 to 19. And of course, each number represents different functions like sum, count, a, min, max, etc. The next argument, options, take different values between 0 to 7 as input, and each number specifies how to perform the calculation. Its list is as shown below, and we can choose different values depending upon the situation, like to ignore the subtotal and aggregate functions, ignore hidden rows, ignore error values, ignore nothing, so on and so forth. Reference 1 and reference 2 arguments take range of cells as input to perform the calculation. The one important aspect of aggregate function as compared to subtotal is it also includes few important functions like large, small, percentile, quartile, etc. And obviously, these functions demand an additional argument k, which helps to get different outputs like second largest value, fourth smallest value, etc. And this is when the second version of aggregate function comes into play. The array argument takes the range of cells as input, and the argument k can be used if we plan to use the functions like large, small, percentile, quartile, etc. Finally, we are done with all the basics. Let's jump back to Excel and see some examples. So we are back into Excel, and this is the data we will be using as an example. This data basically has the list of products, how they are ordered, their source, month, and finally the sales amount. Below we will try to find the answer for this question, that is to find the total of sales amount, and we will use both functions to answer this question. First, let's start with the subtotal function, and as an input to function number, we can choose any number among this list. From 1 to 11, we have 11 different functions to choose from, and from 101 to 111, same functions are repeated. The only difference is the first 11 functions will ignore the filtered rows but will include the manually hidden rows, and the next 11 functions will ignore both filtered and manually hidden rows. Since we need to find the total, let's select sum function and it will add number 9 as an input. And now as an input to reference 1, let's select all the values below the sales amount, close the parenthesis and hit enter to get the total of all the values. Now a small question may come to your mind. Why can't we use sum function instead of subtotal? Or when exactly we need to use the subtotal instead of sum function? Now to answer this, let's say I want to know the total of sales amount for March month. Now instead of using sum if function, I will go and filter the data for March month. You can see the value gets automatically updated. Similarly, if we filter the data for January month, we get the total of all the values for that month. Now instead of filtering the data, let me manually hide the data for January and February month. But now the value is not getting updated. That is because this number 9 will consider manually hidden rows for calculations. Now if we change it to 109, which will ignore both filtered and manually hidden rows, the value gets automatically updated. Let's unhide all the rows and then try both the cases. Now let's hide the March month data, the value gets updated. Now let's filter the January month data, even now the value gets updated. So that is how we can use subtotal function. We will see another example shortly. Now let's clear all the filters and unhide all the rows and then try to achieve the same results with aggregate function. Let's start by adding aggregate function. As an input to function number, we can choose any value between 1 to 19 and each number represents specific function as per this list. Also, we see there are two versions of aggregate function. If we plan to use any function from 1 to 13, we need to provide the input for below set of arguments, and for functions from 14 to 19, we need to provide the input to above set of arguments. In this case, we will choose number 9 as input, and as an input to options, let's choose 5 to ignore hidden rows, both filtered and manually hidden rows. Finally, as an input to reference 1, let's select all the values below sales amount, close the parenthesis and hit enter to get the total of all the values, which is basically the same value. Now, if we try to hide the rows or filter the data, we see the value gets updated automatically. That is how we can use the aggregate function. Now let's go to sheet 2 and see another important feature of both the functions. Here I have the same data. Only difference is I have pre-calculated subtotals for each month using same subtotal function. Now let's see how we can find the total of sales amount without considering these subtotal values. Let's start with the subtotal function. As an input to function number, let's select sum function, and as an input to reference 1, let's select all the values below sales amount, close the parenthesis and hit enter to get the actual cost of all the values. I mean, even though we have selected all the values under sales amount, subtotal function is smart enough to ignore the pre-calculated subtotal values for each month, and this is the default feature in this function. Now let's achieve the same result using aggregate function. The input to function number will be 9. Now as an input to options, we need to choose 0, which means to ignore subtotal and aggregate values. And for input to reference 1, let's select all the values below sales amount, close the parenthesis and hit enter to get the actual cost of all the values. I hope these examples were simple enough to understand both the functions, and we can choose different functions to perform different types of calculations. Also, these two functions are very important in Excel as they can be easily used as an alternative to 19 different functions, that too with some additional features. That's what I wanted to cover in this video.